While Egypt is in a deep economic crisis, many people continue to live in poverty and the country's water supply is increasingly being cut by Ethiopia. The government is building a project of superlatives. A completely new capital is being built in the middle of the desert. It is to become a smart city with the tallest building in the world, green energy, and zero crime. So what is this megaproject all about? How far has the construction work progressed, and what impact will this new capital have on the country? We take a look at all these questions in today's video. Have fun! Egypt's current capital, Cairo, is the largest city in Africa with an estimated population of over 21 million. In comparison, Berlin has around 3.6 million inhabitants. The city is therefore gigantic in size and also has a very high population density. With 15,000 people per square kilometer, it is one of the most densely populated cities in the world. In Berlin, this density is only 4,000 people per square kilometer. Cairo is therefore bursting at the seams, with mega-traffic jams making it sometimes impossible to get from A to B within the city. In addition, the population of Greater Cairo is set to double again by 2050. This led to the plan for a new capital city. This is located in the desert, around 45 kilometers east of Cairo, halfway to the port city of Suez with the important Suez Canal. The entire administration, i.e. government departments, ministries, and foreign embassies, are to move to this new capital. However, the city is not to become just any new city, but a metropolis of absolute superlatives. With gigantic palaces, crystal pyramids, and the new tallest building in the world, the Obelisko Capitale, which is 1 kilometer high. A theme park that will be 4 times the size of Disneyland and a park that will be twice the size of Central Park in New York. A total of almost 7 million people are to live in the city. Dubai is the model in many respects, as the city is also set to become one of the largest financial centers in Africa and the Middle East. Under the guise of easing the burden on Cairo and improving the living conditions of Egyptian residents, however, the new capital serves a completely different purpose. President El-Sisi, who came to power in a military coup, wants above all to consolidate his power and, following the example of the Gulf states, distract attention from important problems with megaprojects. For example, 51% of the company responsible for building the city is in the hands of the Egyptian military. This means that it is directly involved in the sale of the residential areas and also holds more than half of the shares in the authorities and ministries. As a result, its military is not only gaining more influence economically, but its links to politics are also becoming ever closer. Moreover, the new capital does not benefit most poor Egyptians at all. It will become a center for the rich Egyptian upper class and also rich foreigners. Apartments are expected to cost an average of 50 to 100,000 euros, in the financial district even 350,000. However, the gross domestic product, GDP, per capita in Egypt is only 3,600 euros, which should make it clear for whom these residential units are being built. But how much progress has the construction work made? Construction began back in 2015 and is actually progressing relatively quickly. Some neighborhoods are already complete, but some are still missing elevators and other infrastructure. Some of the gigantic shopping malls are also already finished, but most of them are not yet in operation. The power supply is often still a problem, and the sand is already causing problems for some of the buildings. However, the Egyptian government is convinced that it will solve all the problems and complete the city in the next few years. In 2021, it signed a contract with Siemens to connect the new capital with the country's other major cities using high-speed trains. The new capital was originally due to be occupied in 2020, but this was delayed. The new date was supposed to be January 2023, but this date could not be met either. So it will certainly take some time yet. I keep saying new capital, by the way, because the city does not yet have an official name. There was a tender for various proposals, but the results have not yet been published. The Egyptian Minister of Transport only hinted that the city could be called Egypt. The future of the city is very difficult to predict. The biggest problem at the moment is getting residents to move to the new city. Most Egyptians simply cannot afford it, and foreigners have also held back so far. It is therefore uncertain whether this 60 billion city will ever pay off for the government.